My name is Matt Buchholz. I'm Tech Support Manager here at ACI. In this video, I'd like to discuss the different versions of our EPC and PXP. There's 3 different versions available of each unit. You have our 2-valve model, our fail-safe model, and our bleed model. And for the application testing today, I'll show you the components you need to test and show you. It's our nitrogen or our compressed air, our manometer, which will be replicating a pneumatic valve, our 24-volt AC power supply, and also an adjustable DC supply, which will be essentially replicating a controller's signal. All right, to start off, we'll start by wiring our 24-volt AC power. So we have our 24-volt AC power connected. So now I'll go ahead and wire up our adjustable DC supply input. So that's wired up. And one really nice feature of the PXP and the EPC is they both have removable terminal blocks. So you can basically wire this terminal block up away from the unit and then go ahead and insert it in. Or if you have a tight location, you can even switch the terminal block around and put it on top as well. So that's basically the wiring of the device, just 24-volt AC power and then your DC input from your supply. And keep in mind that both my commons are connected together. So then our next operation of hookup is going to be our main power, our main compressed air input here. So in this case, we're just going to be using nitrogen. So our nitrogen will go into our main port, and then our manometer will basically be hooked up into the branch line. And that's the connections you have for hooking the device up. So to power the unit up, we'll power up the manometer, we'll power up our 24-volt AC, and then we'll hook up our DC supply here. So this purpose, we're going to give it a full 5-volt signal. We'll turn on our gas. And if you look, when I turn on and give it 5 volts input power, you're going to see that's going to equal 15 psi. So you can see at 5 volts, it's going to be 15 psi output. So one demonstration is now when you input a lower signal, what's going to happen with the 2-valve. So if you go down to 1 volt, you'll see the air pressure drop from the line, and basically the air will discharge from a side port on the 2-valve unit. So you can see, once I lower it, you can kind of hear it, and you can see the pressure going down. And one nice function about the EPC and the PXP is they both have the gauge option. So it's really nice for installers or technicians just to give a quick look at your gauge, just to verify that you have the correct pressure on your gauge and that it would match, your output pressure on there. So you can see in this case we're at 3 psi. So let's go ahead and increase that pressure back up to 5. So you can see the gauge go up along with your manometer. This is our fail-safe model that I'll be hooking up now. So once again, we have our terminal blocks already wired in with our 24-volt AC and DC supply. I'm just going to hook those up. We have our main gas that'll go into your main port. And we have our manometer going into our branch port. So I'll go ahead, turn gas on, and I'll give it a full 5-volt signal. You can see it'll jump up to the 15 psi, and that's at a full 5-volt input. So then, once again, when I lower my input, it'll bleed off any excess pressure that's in there. So you can see at 1 volt, you're still at 3 psi. But the one added and nice feature about the fail-safe is what happens is if you're at a full volt signal, and for example, if you lose power in the building, what'll happen is it'll exhaust any pressure that you have on your damper or actuator. All of it will exhaust through this port right here. So for example, I'm gonna basically kill power, and you can see that pressure will drop immediately. So there, all the pressure just immediately released, and so now your damper is either all the way open or all the way closed, depending on your application. And finally, we have our bleed type device. So once again, we'll hook up our terminal block that has the 24 volt AC power and adjustable DC supply. So we'll hook those up, and then once again, we'll hook our main air supply up to the main port. And then we'll take our manometer, hook that up to the branch port. Go ahead and turn your air on. Apply power, and then we'll give it our full 5 volt signal. So you can see once again, 5 volts is going to equal 15 psi out. And with this device, it's a constant bleed device. So there's going to be constant air bleeding through this little port right here. And this can be used as a fail-safe device. For example, if you would kill power, you'll see it will go all the way down. It's not as responsive as the fail-safe, but it's still going to do it. So it will depend on if your device needs a constant bleed. So if we go ahead and turn power on, and then what we can do too is we can lower it down, and you'll see it's going to do the same exact as the other ones, just a little bit slower response time. Thanks for watching the video today. If you have any questions, please contact us at the number on the screen. And if you could, please check out our other tech tip videos that we have listed online. Thank you.